What if I told you that at the Olympics, the world's biggest sporting stage, women have been disqualified, fined, censored, and even erased? Not for cheating, not for doping, but for what they were wearing. We're talking about jumpsuits that were just centimeters too loose, a catsuit that literally saved a life, but got banned anyway, a country's national hero painted over on a uniform, and a breakdancer disqualified seconds into her performance because of a cape. These stories are real, they're recent, and they are absolutely wild. Let's go. At the Paris 2024 Olympics, Afghan-born breakdancer Manizha Talash stepped onto the stage representing the refugee Olympic team. Seconds into her performance, officials noticed a cape with the words "Free Afghan Women" written on it. She was immediately disqualified under Rule 50 of the Olympic Charter, which bans political messaging. Talash had fled Afghanistan after women were banned from education and sports. This was her moment on the world stage, and it ended instantly. One cape, 3 words, gone. Months before the Paris Games began, Nike unveiled Team USA's women's track uniform, and the reaction was explosive. The bodysuit was cut extremely high on the hips. Compared to the men's comfortable shorts and tank tops, the difference was striking. Runner Lauren Fleshman called it a product of patriarchal forces, questioning why men weren't wearing the same design. Nike responded by saying athletes had multiple options, but the controversy had already spread worldwide. In France, sprinter Sounkamba Sylla revealed she was barred from the Olympic opening ceremony because she wears a hijab. French rules prohibited religious headwear for their athletes, even though international rules allowed it. A French athlete representing France was told she couldn't walk with her own team. She eventually attended wearing a cap instead, but the message was clear. At the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics, 5 female ski jumpers were disqualified in a single night. Their suits were deemed too loose by just centimeters.
Germany's Katharina Althaus, Japan's Sara Takanashi, Austria's Daniela Iraschko-Stoltz, and Norway's Silja Opseth and Anna Odin Strom all lost their results. Only women were affected. Not a single man faced disqualification. For many, it wasn't just unfair, it was devastating. In 2018, Serena Williams returned to tennis after serious health complications, wearing a full-body black catsuit. It was designed to prevent blood clots, a real medical risk. But the French Tennis Federation banned it, saying players must respect the game. The backlash was intense. Serena responded in her own way, confidently, unapologetically, and still dominant. In 2021, the Norwegian women's beach handball team refused to wear mandatory bikini bottoms. Instead, they wore shorts. They were fined for it. The rule required women to wear specific bikini-style uniforms while men wore standard shorts. The story went viral, and global pressure forced the rules to change. At the Tokyo Olympics, Germany's women's gymnastics team competed in full-body unitards instead of traditional leotards. They said it was about choice and standing against the sexualization of athletes. The move sparked global conversation and support. Before the Tokyo Olympics, a swing cap designed for natural afro-textured hair was banned for not fitting the natural shape of the head. The backlash was immediate. Many saw it as exclusionary. The decision was eventually reversed, but the impact remained. For the Paris 2024 Olympics, Japanese athletes introduced uniforms designed to block infrared cameras. This was a response to growing concerns about privacy and exploitation through imaging technology. It was a powerful solution to a deeply troubling problem. And finally, ahead of the 2026 Winter Olympics, Haiti's team unveiled uniforms featuring a portrait of Toussaint Louverture, a national hero. Officials ruled it as political imagery and demanded its removal. The portrait was replaced, but the message remained. So, from banned outfits to forced changes, from fines to disqualifications, these stories aren't really about clothing. They're about control, about identity, and about who gets to decide. And despite everything, these women keep showing up. Which story shocked you the most?